excellers, Srimati Basati Lata Naik, HOD Zoology, Dr. Sukanti Mahapatra, lecturer in English, and Mr. Biswaranjan Jena, lecturer in Sociology of Youth Red Cross Unit of our college, for organizing such a national level webinar at this period of COVID-19 pandemic. India celebrates National Youth Day on January 12. This date was chosen to honor the birthday of Swami Vivekananda, one of the India's greatest spiritual and social leader. He saw hope for the future in every child and believed that with muscles of iron and nerves of steel, they could bring about social change. Swami Vivekananda himself personified the eternal energy of the youth. Today, almost 50% of India's population is under the age of 25. The future of the country rides on their shoulders, making celebrations that empower young people so important. I am happy that our YRC unit is organizing this webinar and poetry session for our students all over Indian colleges. The teachings of Swami Vivekananda and his life is a great inspiration for today's youth. Hope they will guide themselves and mold their lives after the great personality of Swami Vivekananda. I won't take much time. I am hopeful that our honorable resource person will enlighten us and our student. Thank you. Over to Sukanti Madam.
Yes, thank you, sir, very much for welcoming our participants and dignitaries. Now I want to present a song before you that talks on Vivekananda. I am sharing my screen and the song will play.
जयंती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपाली दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते।
मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। मुरझा कर मायूसियों में मुरझा कर मायूसियों में फूल सारे फिर खिले। मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। स्वामी विवेकानंद स्वामी सोच ही ऐसा कलम जो लिखे तकदीर को, राह गुम जाने का डर है मगर इस फकीर को। हर सफर आसान गुजरे, हर सफर आसान गुजरे, साथ साया तू चले, मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। स्वामी विवेकानंद स्वामी विवेकानंद जिंदगी के मंच में है अजब ये चुनौतियां, दौर अनजाना खींचे, नाचे सब कठपुतलियां, कर्म करने स्वार्थ से, कर्म करने स्वार्थ से, मुक्ति माया से मिले, मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। स्वामी विवेकानंद स्वामी विवेकानंद
Now we are back to our Google Meet room again. Now I request Basanti Madam, our YRC counselor, to speak a few lines about this day. Madam, Basanti Madam.
Thank you, Sukanti, for organizing such an inspirational song about the Vivekananda. Good morning to all, and myself is Basanti.
Yes, ma'am.
Lata Naik, Reader in Zoology of Chanpa College, working as a YRC counselor since 22 years. First of all, I welcome you all the participants, and the esteemed resource person, Dr. Rajat Sir, Rajat Kumar Pradhan Sir, HOD Physics, Bhadra Auto College, and respected Principal Sir, and the YRC counselor come organizer, Sukanti Madam, and another newly trained counselor, that is the Viswaranjan, and the participants from the different colleges, and my dear students, YRC volunteers. So first of all, I welcome you all to our national webinar organized by the YRC unit of our college. Aji Swami Vivekananda जन्म दिवस एवं एई जन्म दिवस को नेशनल यूथ डे बा जातीय युव दिवस रूपे पालन करा जाउछि। से जानिथिले युव शक्ति जागृत हेले ए देश ए जाति अग्रसर हेई परिबो। सारा भारत वर्षरे जते मुनि ऋषि साधु संत ए आर्यभूमि रे जन्म ग्रहण करिसंती तन्मध्यरु स्वामी विवेकानंद होचंती अन्यतम। विवेकानंद 1863 मसीह जनवरी 12 तारिख रे से जन्म ग्रहण करथिले कलिकता रे एवं तांको बापंको नाम थिला विश्वनाथ दत्त एवं मां को नाम थिला भुवनेश्वरी दत्त। से 1881 मसीह रे राना रो उन्नति होइथिला एवं सी जो आध्यात्मिक चेतना उन्नति होइथिला से ताकू भारत वर्षर उन्नति पई केमिति बांटी थिले से विषय आमे तांकर किछि उदाहरण मु देबी बा किछि तांकर जीवन र किछि गोटिए दुइटी घटना मु एठी अवलोकन करिवि। गोटिए घटना बहुत रेखापात करे जे से जेतेबेले चिकागो धर्म सम्मेलन रे अमेरिका जाइतिले सेतेबेले तांकु ग्रीटिंग करिया पई बा किछि लोक तांकु स्वागत करिया पई आसीतिले एवं सेतेबेले तांकु कहितिले हाउ आर यू से कहितिले मैं अच्छी हूं मैं अच्छा हूं आउ जने तांकु पचारथिले आउ जने तांको संगरे थिले जे हिंदी रे से तांकु हिंदी रे पचारथिले जे आप कैसा है जेतेबेले विवेकानंद कहिथिले आई एम फाइन तन से माने आश्चर्य हेइथिले जे आमे जेतेबेले हिंदी रे पचारुचु इंग्लिश रे पचारुचु से हिंदी रे उत्तर दउचंती तन आमे हिंदी रे पचारिले से इंग्लिश रे उत्तर दउचंती यार तात्पर्य क यार तात्पर्य एया थिला तांकु जेतेबेले विवेकानंद को पचरागला जे आपण ए प्रकार काहे कि उत्तर देउछंती से तार उत्तर रे कहिथिले जे मु आपण जेतेबेले आपण को मातृभाषा रे पचारुचंती मु मो मातृभाषा को एते भलो पाए मु एते भारत वर्ष को एते भलो पाए तेनु मु मो भारत वर्ष रे मातृभाषा हला हिंदी तेनु सेति नै मु आंसर दे एवं आउ जने जेतेबेले तांको पचारले आपण काहे कि मु जेतेबेले हिंदी रे पचारिली आपण काहे कि इंग्लिश रे पचार आंसर देले से कहले मु आहुरे खुशी जे आपण आपण को मातृभाषा रे कहले एवं जे माँ और मातृभाषा को भल पाए मु ताकू सब ठारू बेसी भल ए ला तांकर अलौकिक घटना तेणु से पिला बेलू बहुत मेधा शक्ति विचक्षण बुद्धि संपन्न थे से जेतेबेले पाठ पढ़ुले शिक्षक माने बहुत आनंदित होउथिले भल पाठ पढ़िया सहित से जन भल गायक भी थे से चाहूले जे दुर्बल कर्म विमुख एवं भयालु भारतीय मानकु केमिति जागृत करिया पई रामकृष्ण परमहंसंकर सानिध्य पाई एवं शिष्यत्व ग्रहण करी देशर युव शक्ति को केमिति सबल करने को से आह्वान देथिले एवं ए भारत वर्ष को से विश्व दरबार रे एवं पाश्चात्य राष्ट्र रे परिचय कराइथिले तेणु स्वामी विवेकानंद को 40 वर्ष पूर्व 1902 ख्रीष्टाब्द जुलाई 4 तारिख रे से देहत्याग करथिले तांकर स्वल्प काल रहणी भितरे से असाध्य साधन करि जाइछन्ति भारत वर्ष को पृथ्वी आगरे स्वामी जी ही प्रथमे परिचित कराइथिले देशवासी को आह्वान करथिले जे तमे माने कर्म विमुख हो नहीं निर्भीक हो एवं तेजस्वी पुरुषर गुरु गंभीर बाणी रे हजार वर्ष धरी सोईथिबा आम विशाल भारत वर्ष र निद आज भांगिला तेणु स्वाधीनता आंदोलन पूर्व स्वामीजी आम निद भांगी देथिले एपरि अनेक तांको चरित्र तांको जीवन काल भितर देखा देथिला जोटी कि आज युव समाज को आपण चेष्टित करूची बा तांको उत्साहित करूची तेणु तांकर उत्साह रे आज युव शक्ति उत्साहित मु आ बेसी समय नेबी नहीं आमर सार अछंती प्रधान सार से ए विषय डिटेल समस्त को कहिबे एवं आमर पिला माने मध्य उद्बुद्ध हेबे मोर वक्तव्य शेष करूची धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, madam. Now, the time has come for us to listen to our illustrious speaker of the day, Rajas sir, esteemed speaker of today's webinar. I must introduce him to our participants now. Now, Dr. Rajat Kumar Pradhan, head of the Department of Physics, Bhadrak Autonomous College, is a unique personality who blends both science and spirituality in his passion and quest. Gabriel Garcia Marquez has said, "Limit of one's language is the limit of one's world." When I first talked to him in Bhadrak Auto College and met him, his language spoke his depth, for which I invited him today. He was born on 8th January 1973, pretty junior to me. Dr. Pradhan has completed his MSc in Physics from Ravensa in 1994, MPhil in 1996 from Utkal. He has qualified NET twice in 1995. He also qualified GATE with the All India rank 85 in Physics. He was the topper in OPSC exam in Physics in 1999. He has completed his PhD from Utkal University. With a teaching experience of 22 years, Rajas sir has a wide range of publications, science articles, research paper in national and international peer-reviewed journals, gave seminar talks and presented papers in more than 30 national and international conferences, published 12 literary essays. Besides all this professional excellence, his quality as a thinker and philosopher needs a mention. Sir is well versed in the philosophy of all the great thinkers of past and present. Illumined by their teachings, he has given discourses in 15 spiritual conferences on Bhagavad Gita, on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Indian culture, on life skills, on science and spirituality, and on science and Vedanta. His research interest covers vast areas of science, quantum theory, cosmology, Indian philosophy, yoga, Vedanta, evolutional biology, neuropsychology, psychophysics, and many others. Now, we are really fortunate, sir, to have you amidst us today, and we will be very much delighted to listen to you. Now, I request you to start your presentation. Sir, Rajas, sir. Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Of course, the chief
Sir.
organizer. Hello, hope I am audible.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Now you are audible.
Honorable-
Yes, sir. You are audible.
yes, Honorable Principal Sir,
Can you hear me?
and President of this occasion of the celebration of the National Youth Day, marked by this webinar and the recitations that are to follow. Basanti Madam, who is also associated with the YRC unit of the college, and Vishwanjan Sir, who is quite young and with whom I had a good deal of interaction prior to this meeting today, when we were on the election duty, general elections. And I welcome all the participants, around 73, 74 participants who are present here. I thank you all for having joined in time, and I thank the organizers for having felt it apt to invite me to address this webinar as the resource person. Thank you all. So we will straight away move to the reminiscences about the teachings and the achievements of Swami Vivekananda. And everybody, of course, is quite familiar with the turban wearing figure, the radiant, big, lustrous eyes and the face. They basically have been an inspiration since last 130 years. And it will continue to be an inspiration to look at him, to listen to him, to listen to his teachings, to go through his writings. He has been such a phenomenal inspiration for several generations now all over the world, not without reason. So he being the foremost of all youth icons, it is not a wonder that his birthday is celebrated as a National Youth Day. His message was basically addressed to the youth of India, and of course to the average Indian at large. The messages are really power packed, and we will see through some of the messages in the course of this discussion. His messages carry a peculiar force, a peculiar appeal, which is unique to him. And probably in the history of saints of India in the modern times, only Swami Sivananda had that kind of infectious spirituality, which is deeply coming from the depth of his own realization. It is the same thing with Swami Vivekananda. So there is nobody who will go through a few lines of Swami Vivekananda and will not be inspired from deep within to do something. As we know, his life is of course very simple, and one can just have a recapitulation of his life. Hopefully the PowerPoint is coming. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully.
Yes, sir, it is coming.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you, madam. So we are talking on the ever-growing relevance of Swami Vivekananda. To recapitulate in brief, his lifespan was just of 39 years, unimaginable. 1863, he was born in Calcutta, and he lived up to 1902. In such a short span of life, he could achieve so much that he is inspiring generations after generations. His childhood name, of course, was Narendranath Datta. His education was BA and Krishna Paramahansa, and religion was Hindu, philosophy was Advaita Vedanta. This is one particular Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. They are the Vedic philosophies. And of Vedanta itself, there are many schools, and Advaita Vedanta is foremost among them, which was propounded by Adi Shankaracharya. And Swami Vivekananda was a follower of Advaita Vedanta. And his ashram was sannyas ashram. He did not enter into the grihastha ashram, householder's life he did not get into. The Dasnami Parampara, in Sannyasa Parampara, Shankaracharya has set up the 10 names, principal names corresponding to the 4 principal modes. And he belongs to Saraswati order, Saraswati name. So it is Vivekananda Saraswati. But of course, he is famous as just Swami Vivekananda, no Saraswati is needed, but that is the title. And there's an organization that he founded to carry forward the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. And the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna were specifically meant for Narendranath, later Swami Vivekananda, to basically arouse India, to achieve a Vinaya in India, so that it regains its lost glory. So that is Vivekananda in brief, and his teachings spring from the wisdom of his self-realization, which he got by just a simple touch from Sri Ramakrishna. It is known in technical terms as Shaktipat. So the power of the Guru flows into the disciple, completely transforming him and making him into the mold that would mold many other lives into the life in a spirit. The result, the teachings result from intense meditation. We all know that he went to Kanyakumari, and then there for 3 days he meditated on the future course of action to be taken after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, his Mahasamadhi. And then he, for 2 years, he toured all over India and identified himself with the masses. And he came to know firsthand from his own experience what the condition, how precarious the condition of Indians was at that time. And from that, he got the inner inspiration. So the result of intense meditation on India and on the future of India, that gave him the color that we find in his teachings. And his convictions. Probably if you want to find out one person who stood by his convictions, it is Vivekananda. He had very deep inner convictions, and he could challenge the whole world. And they are filled with inspiration and exhortations. No one can be untouched by the inspiring tone. of Vivekananda's teachings, and therefore crores all over the world are inspired. And to the at that time, India's nationhood was yet to come. And the independence was yet to come. Around 50 years after his departure, we got the independence. And he was the harbinger of Hindu Renaissance. So this is Swami Vivekananda. So the uniqueness of his teachings is that they are very powerful injections, and they are vaccinations against ills and evils at the individual, social, national and international levels. He had spoken on a very wide variety of topics, almost all topics. They say Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati, and he who knows Brahman by self-realization, all knowledge is automatically his own. So therefore, there is nothing that remains untouched. And very often, you will find that his sayings at one place will seem to be contradictory with his sayings at another place. And that is characteristic of Brahman. From a relative standpoint, when we see, we will feel that there are contradictions, but actually there are no contradictions. There are different levels of realization, different levels of being, and a person of Swami Vivekananda's realization who realizes everybody's self. Basically, he will talk from the point of view of everybody's self, and therefore, at many places you will find contradictions, but they are not logical contradictions, so to say. They seem like that, but they are not that. All great philosophers, all great saints of self-realization, they will seem to be having that kind of contradiction. Sometimes when I go through the internet, I find many sites which have opened recently, and with a particular propagandist vision that they will malign Vivekananda, they will talk against him, they will try to incite people against him, not to follow him, because there are a lot of people who are working against India, against Hindus, and those people have this kind of websites set up, and basically they have lack of understanding. A very clear lack of understanding is plaguing them. That is why they have that kind of a thing. And his teachings are more like mantras. If you go through Vivekananda Sanchayanam, the voluminous work that collects all works of Vivekananda, his speeches, his writings, mostly they were all speeches delivered abroad, and some, of course, here in India. They are really mantras. They are not as such sayings of a person. They are the vision of a seer, of a sage. And Sri Ramakrishna really gave ample evidence of that when he openly declared that he brought Vivekananda from the plane of the seers, very high heavens, where the seers reside in subtle bodies, not in gross bodies like us. So from that plane of sages, he brought Vivekananda down to do this work of the Renaissance of India, the rejuvenation of Indian culture. That is what was the purpose of Swamiji's life. So his teachings are very effective mantras for gaining strength, courage, success, self-esteem, which Indians lack a lot, and higher evolution. Vivekananda never thought that any foreigner, any higher educated scientist or intellectual or philosopher was ever more astute than him, more qualified than him, and he would take on anyone with his wit, ready wit. And a lot of those stories you can get to read from the internet now. So the first mantra that I have selected is the reject poison mantra. And these are all, because this is the National Youth Day, these are all targeted specifically for the youth. I have pulled them from his talks and writings, those which are specifically useful for the youth, but generally they apply to each one of us. Anything that makes you weak physically, intellectually, and spiritually, reject as poison. This is the mantra. If by some activity we become physically weak, we must reject it as poison. Okay, it may be too much eating, it may be too much playing, It may be too much viewing the internet, surfing the net. Whatever it is, if it is making us physically weak, then we must reject that as poison. Something that is making our intellect blurred, we must reject it as poison. Something that is taking us down spiritually, we must reject as a poison, because these are all weakening impacts which basically work against our evolution. And then there is this heart-brain mantra. This is a practical tip that Swamiji gives. In a conflict between the heart and the brain, follow your heart. So between, you can say heart is the seat of feelings, the seat of love, the seat of devotion. Brain is the seat of analysis, the seat of logic, the seat of reasoning. And whenever there is a conflict between these two, one must side with the heart. He must have had ample, confirmation of this particular thing, because he was the one who went penniless to the America, and he spent nights shuddering in cold there outside a station in a dustbin. He spent a night in a dustbin. You can't imagine what kind of things must have passed through him. But then he never lost heart, he never lost courage. There is a short movie also available on the net on his life that one can see. So in a conflict between the heart and the brain, so his devotion to his guru, his devotion to goddess, divine mother, and his conviction in his own self, his self-confidence was never on the wane, though he was subjected to the vilest of things, the greatest of tortures. And then this is very important. This is a relationship mantra. Relationships are more important in life. That's very good. We all know we are all in different kinds of relationships, in family, in profession, everywhere. We have social relations, and relationships are more important. Even relationships among nations, they are important. But it is important for those relationships to have life in them. Relationships are important in life, but life should be there in those relationships. If life goes away, if life has gone out, then the relationship has become dead. There is no point in in further moving with that kind of a relationship. That relationship will pull us backwards rather than propel us forwards. And then the next mantra from Swamiji, trustworthiness mantra. He says, who is helping you, do not forget them. Who is loving you, do not hate them. And who is believing you, do not cheat them. These are mantras. So from those whom from whom we receive some kind of help in whatever way, it may be physical, maybe financial, maybe spiritual, maybe intellectual, maybe professional, whatever help we get from someone, we must be gratefully remembering them. We must be grateful to them and never forget them. And those who love us, we must never hate them. And those who believe in us, we must never cheat them. The government, for example, believes that he is paying the teachers and the teachers will take care of the teaching part. But if teachers cheat, then that is cheating on the government. And that is no way trustworthy of a teacher. Similarly, for the doctors, the patient has great trust in the doctor. But if the doctor writes, being goaded by some medicine, say pharmaceutical companies and so on, to boost sales of medicines, then that obviously is a crime. So therefore, these are things which degrade our trustworthiness. We must be trustworthy, and the best judge of this is we ourselves. Whether we are paying the taxes properly, whether we are doing our duties in the world towards other members of our family or in the larger spectrum of the society. Everything that depends on how we are able to analyze ourselves and see for ourselves whether we are right there or not as a trustworthy person. Of course, these are all very well-known mantras, Vivekananda's views on education. But those youth who have had no occasion of going through them, I think it's a good occasion to just see one or two slides on his views on education. Education is the manifestation of the perfection that is already present in man. We want that education by which character is formed, the strength of mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. So from this last part, standing on one's own feet by getting a job and earning something, this part is okay, but that comes last in Vivekananda's scheme of things. And for this end, this last part, taking that last part, entire educational system in India has been running like that. The sharpening of the intellect in definite areas called specializations, that we have done. We have not done expansion of intellect. We have done sharpening of intellect. There is a difference. So that basically cripples us because we lack the breadth of vision that is needed to operate in a proper manner in the world and also to move towards God. Similarly, the strength of the mind. Anybody who is passing the examinations, qualifying examinations, is insecure. He or she lacks the strength that is needed in the mind because they are all insecure. They have a veil of insecurity coming over them, whether they will get a job or not, whether they can ever get settled or not, because they do not have the basic knowledge of the scriptures. The strength of the mind will come from a study of the scriptures, like the Bhagavad Gita, for example. Or else you just run to the sayings of someone like Swami Vivekananda or Swami Sivananda.
Sir, sorry to disturb. Actually, your slide is not moving.
All right. Is it?
Yeah, sir. Share it again.
Yes, it should be visible now. My talk is of
Not yet, sir.
Education.
Not yet, sir. Yeah.
It's visible, no?
No,
Education is
sir,
not
visible.
information that we put into your brain and runs right there undigested all your life. We must have life building, man making, character making assimilation of ideas. If you have assimilated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, then you have more education than any man who has got by heart a whole library. So this is his concept of education. It is not to get by heart libraries of books, but to have an assimilation of the ideas. He says you take up only 5 ideas and make them your own, make them your life and character. Then that will make you more educated. And that is precisely the reason. Education is not literacy. Even scientific literacy, it is not that. It is not that. So, that's why we find our scientists also lacking in that particular strength of mind or courage or conviction, which would make them propose new theories. That is lacking, and that is why we are lacking behind other nations in, say, count of Nobel Prizes or whatever. So this was his view on education, just 2 slides, but he has written extensively on education. He has toured in Europe and America in many universities, and education was a chief theme, was a main theme in all those talks. Apart from what he profusely dealt with, that is India and Sanatana Dharma. To boost the confidence of students and the youth, he would exhort like this: all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in that. Do not believe that you are weak. You can do anything and everything without even the guidance of anyone. Stand up and express the divinity within you. And this is what basically personifies Swami Vivekananda. He basically did anything and everything, and nobody other than him can be a personification of this particular saying. Okay, and these are things which we know, but we do not quite believe. and do not quite put into practice. Whatever you think, this is thought power mantra. Whatever you think, that you will be. If you think yourselves weak, weak you will be. If you think yourselves strong, strong you will be. We are what our thoughts have made us. So take care about what you think. Words are secondary, thoughts live, they travel far. So this basically gives us the idea of how to build our lives. It is our thoughts that will make ourselves finally what we make our lives of. And the way we think, if we think that we are weak, we cannot succeed, we have had gone through rough times, patches in life and so on, then obviously those are the things which will be attending on us. If we think that we are strong, we can cross, we can take up challenges, we can overcome, then these very thoughts will basically, from the cosmos, they will draw on to us all those power sources which will help us to tide over any situation and to cross any kind of challenge that we may face in life. These are extremely useful mantras for the youth and the student who are somehow mired in a kind of desperado. Conviction mantra: let people say whatever they like, stick to your convictions, and rest assured the world will be at your feet. There are thousands who are detractors of Swami Vivekananda. Even someone like Khuswant Singh, who was a very great journalist earlier, in some 20 years back. Khuswant Singh, he was a columnist, a regular columnist in newspapers. I once read in one of the pieces, especially around this day, Khuswant Singh wrote that people say that Vivekananda thundered there in the World Parliament of Religions, and he shook the world. And Khuswant Singh commented that nobody ever felt that there was any kind of shaking of the world. So that is the kind of pseudo-intellectuals that India has produced because of this kind of an educational system, which always tries to see India in a negative light. So Vivekananda was not with that. Vivekananda saw all that is positive, all that is good. And that is why he said, as Sukanti madam was referring to, he said that let that Murkha Indian, the Daridra Indian, let that be your God. Worship him, serve him. By that you will lift yourselves and lift them. This kind of saying that comes from a very deep conviction in the eternal goodness of this particular land of saints and sages, no matter what its current situation is. It was really much worse in Vivekananda's times. People were all clad in rags, having food hardly once or twice a day. Most of the masses were illiterate. They had no food. They had no dress. And it is at that time that he went and preached to the whole world the greatness of India, of Indian culture. So he never believed that India was ever through any kind of a dark age. It was just some kind of a phase, a veil, a cloud that came. That is it. So Vivekananda's vision of India was quite different from what we see today. It is basically our inner makeup that makes us see the bad in all things and not the good. The good escapes because we have that lens of badness. And if we use the lens of goodness that Vivekananda gives, everything good will come to our vision. Then there is this strength mantra. Never think there is anything impossible for the soul. It is the greatest heresy to think so. If there is sin, this is the only sin. In Christianity, there is this concept of sin, the eternal damnation, the original sin, and so on. He says that there is only one sin, and that is to say that you are weak or that others are weak. So this basically is in some sense balancing the thing, because if you think you are not weak, that is okay, but others are weak. If you are thinking like that, that may lead to some kind of a complex. So one must not be, partaking of any kind of psychological complex and thereby jeopardizing relationships. So that is a kind of mantra that he gives. And for success, he says that because everybody is after success, and he was a man who really succeeded. Take up one idea, make that one idea your life, think of it, dream of it, and live on that one idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. Now he says that you just have to take one idea, not that you have to work on many ideas. That may require a Herculean effort. But take up one idea and make that idea your own life. Just think of it, dream of it, live on that one idea. Okay. Current, icons, youth icons from the cricketing world, for example, Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli, they had lived that kind of life. They just could not get out of this thought of cricket in their brains. Day and night, 24 hours, they were immersed in cricket, and that led them to success in that field. Now, if we are having that kind of an idea which completely consumes us, consumes our whole being, and he includes the physical being also, brain, muscles, nerves, and everything. And he says that if that idea consumes you completely, then you will make a great thing out of that idea. You will achieve success. And of course, it is never really easy to achieve success in the world. Okay, Shreyangsi Bahuvignani, as they say. So there will always be obstacles. So he says, practically what you have to do. When you are going on your path, you will meet with a lot of obstacles. So he says, go on bravely. Do not expect success in a day or a year. So even if we are failing repeatedly, we should not despair. Always hold on to the highest. Be steady, avoid jealousy and selfishness. Be obedient and eternally faithful to the cause of truth, humanity, and your country, and you will move the world. This is the mantra. Okay, so these are of course one or two more, and I will have to close. Probably my time is coming. Okay, I will close in 2 minutes or so. Be not in despair. The way is very difficult, like walking on the edge of a razor. Yet despair not. Arise, awake, and find the ideal, the goal. And that is what he did. He was never in despair. There were times after he set up the mission, there were times when they had nothing to eat. With a begging bowl, 5-7 of them were there, the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa. At that time, Ramakrishna Mission was not there, but they had just set up a group. And in that group, they had nothing to eat. And he basically went on begging. And even when he was begging and feeding his group, at that time, he has given this. And he says, be not in despair. The way is very difficult. Like walking on the edge of a razor, yet despair not. Arise, awake, and find the ideal and the goal. And you will be surprised how much was his conviction. When he was in this kind of a situation, one morning he got through the newspaper in Bengal. He got through the newspaper, and it carried this particular arrangement about the World Parliament of Religions in 1893 in Chicago. And quite in a very humorous way, he almost jokingly told his fellow other members of his group that this Parliament of Religions that is going to be held in Chicago, it is all for me only. So then they all laughed. They said, what, Naren, you can say like this at this time? We do not have anything to eat. We do not have anything to wear even. And we are begging every day. And you are joking like this. Let us move. It is time to go for begging for today. This was the situation when he did not despair. And he, in a kind of prophetic way, he told them that this entire thing is being organized only for me. You see, there have been so many organizations of spiritual and religious conferences all over the world. But why that one stood out? And for more than 100 odd years, it has not faded at all from the collective mind of humanity. What mesmerizing thing he did in that particular meeting. So it was for him. But 6 months ahead of that, because at that time airplanes were not there, people had to move in steamers and all, and it took 6 months to reach America. So, but to plan well in advance and so on, people gave advertisement in newspapers, and it came 1 year in advance. And he was telling at that time to these people who were with begging bowls, basically on the street, They had no house to stay, no roof. They were under a tree. And those people, they were thinking this way. And Vivekananda was thinking in quite a different way. That is his tenacity. And the realization, a mantra for that, do not believe in a thing because you have read about it in a book, not even science. You read science, but do not believe in that because you are reading it in a book. Do not believe a thing because another man had said that it was true. Do not believe in that as well. Whatever Vivekananda had said, I have listed some 15, 18 mantras. Do not believe in them, but you practice before throwing it. You try to practice. Do not believe in words because they are hallowed by tradition. Even if it is said in the Gita, if you do not want to believe, it is very good. Vivekananda said, I want just 5 atheists who do not believe in God. And from them, I will make men who will shake the whole world. He was initially an atheist also, who did not believe in God. It was Ramakrishna who changed everything. Find out the truth for yourself. Now, this is practical. So if you say that Einstein had said like this or Newton had said like this, it makes no sense at all to believe in like that, believe in a thing like that. Somebody said, I saw a ghost. Do not believe like that, but try, find out the truth for yourself, reason it out at least. That is realization. And finally, I will close with this one, which was very close to the heart of Vivekananda. And in fact, this was Vivekananda himself. He was a personification of India's Renaissance. The eyes of the whole world are now turned towards this land of India for spiritual food. And India has to provide it for all the races. Here alone is the best ideal for mankind. And Western scholars are now striving to understand this ideal, which is enshrined in our Sanskrit literature and philosophy, and which has been the characteristic of India all through the ages. You see, they say Sanskrit is a dead language. It is not dead. It is alive, and it is the only language that will remain alive for ages to come. All other languages have had a beginning. Sanskrit has its beginning with Brahman, with the Omkar. So therefore, nothing can shake Sanskrit. But there has been a time when things have come over Sanskrit and they declare that it is a dead language and so on. Nobody takes an interest. But nowadays, gradually it is increasing. And Vivekananda was at that time talking about this, that Western scholars like Schopenhauer, even scientists like Schrödinger, Nobel laureate, Werner Heisenberg, the people who were doing quantum physics at that time, they had all realized the importance of what Indian philosophy, the Vedic philosophy, has to teach about the reality of substances. And that basically made the forward movement of science in the 20th century with which we lived. Now he says that India has to give to the whole world spiritual food. For this, India stands. And elsewhere he also says that India will never be a military superpower or an economic giant. That is never India's place. India will always stand for spiritual truths. So that is all that I wanted to share in this half an hour. It's very difficult to basically paraphrase all his teachings in half an hour. But anyway, we are coming to a close, so I will just close with it. Thank you all for having taken time off from your schedules and to attend this. And thank you to the organizers who basically took pains to organize such a nice webinar. To Sukanti Madam, who has taken a lot of stress to organize this one, and to the principals and to everybody. I thank all those who participated. Thank you very much. I think it has been a journey through some of Vivekananda's sayings which would inspire us. Thank you very much. Namaste. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you very much, sir. This is quite illuminating, and we are quite felt inspired by your skills. It was you have described in a nutshell the teachings of Swami Vivekananda and what he symbolizes and how he inspires us, and really his scientific temper, that don't believe in anything without testing it. That is quite an unique thing with Swamiji, and I am very much thankful to you for your erudite speech. Now I will invite the participants who want to read their poetry. If anyone is there with their poems, they can come forward. Yes, yes, sir. Girish Sadangi, I invite you to read your poem. Sir, please unmute and read your poem. Not audible, sir. Not audible. Sir, Girish Sadangi, sir, not audible. No, sir. You are not audible. Sir, you are not audible. Please choose a place where your internet system is okay. And no, not still audible. So, sir, you are not audible, sir. Sir, mute your audio off, then unmute. Perhaps it will work. Mute and unmute. It may work. No, no, not still audible, sir. You are not audible, sir. Please, I am inviting someone else. You find out a place from where you can be audible. You mute yourself. Anybody else?
ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ କବିତା ପଢିବି ସୁକାନ୍ତି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ।
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, Prabhat Nalini madam, ଆପଣ
ହଁ ମୁଁ
ପଢନ୍ତୁ।
ଗୋଟେ କବିତା ପଢିବି।
ହଁ ହଁ ସିଓର।
ହଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଜାତୀୟ ଯୁବ ଦିବସର ଅଭିନନ୍ଦନ। ମୋ କବିତାର ଶିରୋନାମା ଜାଗି ଉଠ। ଟଙ୍କାରେ ସବୁ ମିଳେ, ମିଳେ ନାହିଁ ମଣିଷ ପଣିଆ। ମତେ ମଣିଷ ହିଁ ଲୋଡ଼ା। ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଗଢିବେ ଦେଶ, ହେବେ ସଂସ୍କୃତିର ଧ୍ୱଜାଧାରୀ, ଅକ୍ଷୁର୍ଣ୍ଣ ରଖିବେ ସନାତନୀ ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ପରମ୍ପରା। ହେ ଭାରତ, ଭୁଲି ଯାଅ ନାହିଁ ତୁମ ନାରୀ ଜାତିର ଆଦର୍ଶ। ସୀତା, ସାବିତ୍ରୀ, ଦମୟନ୍ତୀ, ପୁରୁଷର ଗର୍ବ ରାଜା ରାମ ପ୍ରଜାନୁରଞ୍ଜକ। ତୁମର ଆଦର୍ଶ ପରା ସର୍ବତ୍ୟାଗୀ ଶ୍ମଶାନ ନିବାସୀ ଶିବ। ଗର୍ବ ତୁମ ହିମାଳୟ କୁମାରିକା ଐଶ୍ୱର୍ଯ୍ୟ ମଣ୍ଡିତ। ହେ ଭାରତ, ତୁମର ସାହସ ଏ ଆଗାମୀ ଯୁବଗଣ, ଯିଏ ଦିନେ ଆଣିଦେବେ ଏ ଦେଶକୁ ନବୀନ ସକାଳ। ନିଜ ଧୈର୍ଯ୍ୟ, ପ୍ରତିଭା ଓ ପ୍ରଜ୍ଞାର ଦୀପ୍ତିରେ ଦୂର କରିଦେବେ ଯେତେ ତମିଶ୍ରା ସର୍ବରୀ। ଥକି ଯିବେ ନାହିଁ ଯେଉଁ ଯାଏ ହୋଇନାହିଁ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟର ପୂରଣ। ହେ ଯୁବ ପୁରୁଷ, ତୁମର ଏଇ ଆହ୍ୱାନ ଏଇ ପଙ୍ଗୁ ସମୟରେ ଆଜି। ତେଣୁ ତୁମ ଉପଦେଶ ଦେଖାଉ ନୂତନ ଦିଗ, ବଞ୍ଚିବାର ନୂଆ ରାହା। ଦୂର ହୋଇ ଯାଉ କ୍ଳାନ୍ତି, ଜାଗି ଉଠୁ ନୂଆ ଉନ୍ମାଦନା। ଉତ୍ତିଷ୍ଠତ ଜାଗ୍ରତର ମନ୍ତ୍ର ଶୁଭୁ ପ୍ରତି କୋଣେ ଅନୁକୋଣେ। ଉତ୍ତିଷ୍ଠତ ଜାଗ୍ରତର ମନ୍ତ୍ର ଶୁଭୁ ପ୍ରତି କୋଣେ ଅନୁକୋଣେ। ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ।
Thank you very much, madam. Now, Shashi Bhushan Rath, sir, I request you to read your poem.
Thank you, madam. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, you are clearly audible. We can hear you.
Okay. ଆଜିର ଏଇ ଶୁଭ ଦିବସରେ ମୁଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଅଭିନନ୍ଦନ ଜଣାଉଛି। କାହିଁକି ନା ଯୁବ ପିଢ଼ି ହାତରେ ହିଁ ଦେଶର ଭବିଷ୍ୟତ, ଆମମାନଙ୍କର ଭବିଷ୍ୟତ। ଆଜିର ଏହି ଶୁଭ ଦିବସରେ ମୋର ପୁନଶ୍ଚ ଅଭିନନ୍ଦନ। ମୋର କବିତାର ଶୀର୍ଷକ ହେଲା ଏକାକୀ ପରିବ୍ରାଜକ। हे एकाकी परिव्राजक, हे योगी पुरुष, अक्लांत युग पुरुष, दक्षिणेश्वर दिव्य जननीଙ୍କ आशीष तुम सह विराजी थिला अहर्निश। संकल्प तुम जगाइला जनमानस, तुम त्याग आउ अज्ञातवास भरिदेला आम जीवन रे सौरभ सुबास। चिन्मय विभूति सुदर्शन सनातन तुमे, भक्ति ज्ञान कर्म जोगर अपूर्व समन्वय तुमे, जड़ चेतनार उत्तरण कल तुमे। आह्वान देल तमिश्रा को आलोकित कल, मन दिग्बलय नूतन सूर्य उदय कराइल। चिकागोरे तब उद्दात उच्चारण एबे भी गुंजरित आम देह मन प्राण। तुम ज्ञान पाराबार आमे जानू, तुम करुणा अपार, तुम प्रदीप जालू आम अंतर अंधार। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर। आपनकर एक कविता टी बेस अनुप्राणित करिछ हम मानकु। सो आई रिक्वेस्ट अदर Sujit Panda to read out. Yes, Sujit Panda, sir. If you want to.
हाँ मैडम
नमस्कार। आपनकर कविता आपन पाठ करन।
आगे समस्त को मोर नमस्कार। मो कवितार शीर्षक निशब्द वज्र। उत्तिष्ठ जाग्रत हुआ हे युव समाज, ज्ञानर मशाल जाली आलोकित कर इधरा धाम को। ज्ञानर मशाल जाली आलोकित कर इधरा धाम को। मु रहिछि रहिबी तुमरी साथी रे, एपरिकी मृत्यु परे मध्य मो आत्मा। एठी जीवन क्षणभंगुर, मृत्यु चिर सहचर, सुख समृद्धि और धन ए सबु तो अढ़ई दिनिया। तेणु कर्म कर जीवन और प्रतिटी सोपाने सत्यं वद ओ धर्मचर, सत्यं वद ओ धर्मंचर। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much. Now, if anyone wants to read the poem, Bisakha madam, are you interested? Yes, yes. You read your poem, please. You unmute. Unmute, madam. Unmute. Yes.
Yes, madam. Am I audible now?
Yeah. You are very much audible.
Very happy Vivekanand Jayanti to all. Thank you, Sukanti madam, and to all the organizers for such a lovely opportunity. Blessed was Swami Vivekananda to have tasted the divine nectar of the Bhagavad Gita, and blessed are we to have had Swami Vivekananda in India. On this day, I feel humbled to get an opportunity to extend my gratitude to the great ones through my verses. So what I have done is, I have taken some verses from the Bhagavad Gita and added my own verses to them. So I begin my poem, please. The name of my poem is Look Within. Klaibyam ma sma gama partha, naititva yu papadyate, shudram hridaya dorbalyam, tyakto tishtham parantapa. Arise, awake, yield not to unmanliness. Look within, you will indeed be blessed. March on, till you reach your own light. Listen to the call of your spirit. It will take you to new heights. Nanu shochanti pandita. Wise ones, do not grieve, so grieve not. For you are love, you are light. You are creation's wonder and delight. You are joy, you are might. Happiness is your birthright. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. So said Arjuna, so do I. I bow down, I kneel down. O Krishna, be my charioteer. O Krishna, be my charioteer. With you around, there will be no fears. Take me to a realm. Krishna, take me to a realm beyond pain and pleasure. I know you love me beyond measure. Krishna, I know that you love me beyond measure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. This is such a lovely poem, and your quotes from Gita. It is quite enlightening. Now, Girish Sadang sir, are you ready? Yes.
Thank
yes.
you, ma'am.
Sir, you are still not audible. Something is a problem with you. We can't listen to you. We can see you, but we can't listen to you. Yes, you connect the mic and see whether you will be audible. Now, in the meantime, if anybody else is prepared to read the poem,
Hello, ma'am.
yeah,
Ma'am, I want to read a poem.
yes, you're welcome.
Myself, Nikita Bandai, and I am conveying my gratitude to all my respected teachers and volunteers. So, I am reading a poem based on ideology of Swami Vivekananda. He is named as Swami Vivekananda. His mother called him Naren. Naren was Bengali, but he loved all the places of holy. Swamiji got a Gurudeva who was known as Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa Deva. Naren's father was Hindu monk, but Naren never focused on monasticism. Swamiji always focused on Hinduism and was a great believer of Munism. He played a major role on a nationalism. He was a major force in revival of Hinduism. He was a great lover of Vedantic philosophy. Also, he tried to make a philosophical family. Naren's motive was to create a report among all religion, so he founded the spiritual organization named Ramakrishna Mission. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Girish sir, you try now. Try.
Now, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are very much audible now.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Please. Yeah.
I am Girish Sarangi, a veteran of Indian Army Educational Corps and presently honorary chief librarian and career guide to the youth of Ramana Degree College. Swami Vivekananda. You are the enlightened star of modern India. Influence the youth of universe with your thoughts and ideas. We learn from you, the power is within me. We can accomplish everything at any time. We learn, arise, awake, and stop not until you reach your goals at your front. We learn to take risk in life. If we win, we will lead. If we lose, we will guide. You taught believing others not a challenge, but very difficult to self-manage. You taught to follow the heart, don't follow the brain to make a quick start. You taught comfort is not the taste of truth, achieve the same, boring it under the foot. I bow my head today with reverence. I bow my head today with reverence, promising to follow your ideologies with preference. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. This is a very great tribute to Swamiji today on his birthday, and a nice tribute indeed. Now I request our YRC volunteer, one of our YRC volunteer, Ipsita Nanda. If you want to say something, if you are present, Ipsita Nanda, are you present? Hira Hembram, Reena Parveen,
Ma'am, I am.
Jayashree Nayak, Ipsita,
Yes,
yes. If you want
I
to
want to recite a poem.
something,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Good morning, one
Sure.
and all. I myself Ipsita Mishra, and I want to recite a poem on Swami Vivekananda. सोई दुनिया को जगाया, सिंहों को सिंह बनाया, प्रेम योग हो या भक्ति योग हो, एक रहस्यमय सूत्र उपजाया, दूसरों के लिए जीना और नर पशु में मतभेद बताया, वही आत्मज्ञान का महापुरुष स्वामी विवेकानंद कहलाया। रुको न जब तक लक्ष्य न पाओ, मन दुर्बलता को दूर भगाओ, इंसानियत का यही मर्म, जीवन पथ पर हो सत्कर्म, सोच लो तो शैतान बनो, सोच लो तो इंसान बनो, आत्मभक्ति ही शक्ति का दर्पण दर्शाया,
इंसानियत का धर्म सिखलाया। वही ज्ञानी महापुरुष स्वामी विवेकानंद कहलाया। नव भारतवर्ष का निर्माण, नव आत्मज्ञान की उत्पत्ति, सत हृदय ईश्वर की भक्ति कर अग्रसर नवरक्त वाहकों को एक उत्कृष्ट राष्ट्र का बीड़ा उठाया। हाँ, वही महात्मा इस जग का प्यारा स्वामी विवेकानंद कहलाया। थैंक यू एंड हैव अ नाइस डे।
Thank you, dear. Now I invite Asima. Asima Tripathi. Yes, Asima Tripathi, are you there? You unmute and recite your poem. Asima Tripathi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Namaskar.
Now you recite your poem.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. The title of my poem is The Apparent Wholeness. It's inherent in me, it's inherent in him, the affinity for wholeness. It's occupied in memory, the affinity for prima facie. It seeks and perceives perfection in imperfect, symmetry in asymmetry, fullness in the partial, the complete in incomplete. So much so that it can conjure up a phantom limb in apparent one. It's phenomenal and virtual. It's phenomenal and virtual. Though it's the irresistible experience of learning, it's subtle and it encompasses the whole multiverse. Now the question is evolution devoid of learning? Never the course of evolution if learning is absent. Deeper ontology reaffirms the Vedantic declaration that fundamental nature of life is bliss. Bliss is pleasurable sensation through observing wholeness in partialness, seeing perfection in imperfection, conceiving the wholeness and conceiving the order in disorder. It is inherent. Phenomenal are experiences. Gestalt is the existence. Wholeness of consciousness is my only solace. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Asma. Now I invite our English student, YRC volunteer, to recite. Asma, madam, please unmute. Mute, yes. Ankit, now I invite.
Good morning, all. Happy National Youth Day to all. The title of my poem is We Can Be Heroes. We can be heroes, how weak or strong, or tall or dwarf, we can be heroes. By raising our voice against the bad, we can be heroes. By standing for them who is going through hard, we can be heroes. By helping the poor and feeding the starved, we can be heroes. By thinking for environment and planting some plants, we can be heroes. By being who we are beyond the religion and caste, we can be heroes. Because it's our work make us heroes, not any superpowers. We can be heroes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit. Now, is anyone interested to read the poem? Or
Hello,
I will, yes, Hira. Hira?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I was
Yes.
having my connection trouble, so I couldn't say when my name was announced. So I want to say something about Swami Vivekananda, if you allow me to speak.
Please.
Yes.
You are allowed. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good
morning, everyone.
Hira,
Good
tar
morning.
parichayta de.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, I'm Hira Hempram. I'm BSc Zoology Honors student, and I'm from Chalampa Mahavidyalaya. And good morning, everyone. Respected all our lecturers and Byasantirata ma'am, Shukanti ma'am, Vishwaranjan sir, and Rajat Kumar sir. I wanted to say biography about Vivekananda sir, but Rajat Kumar sir had said a lot of things that I cannot cover. But I have some little things that I want to say. I hope you all will like it. Vivekananda sir, a name that does not require any sort of introduction. He is an influential personality who is credited with enlightenment the Western world about Hinduism. He represented Hinduism in the Parliament of Religion in 1893 in Chicago. Due to this, an unknown monk of India suddenly leaped into fame. Swami Vivekananda was a great social reform and a very inspirational personality of India. Vivekananda was called by the name Narendranath Datta. He was born in Calcutta 12 January 1863 to Vishwanath Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. His father was an attorney, very successful attorney. He used to practice meditation from his boyhood and was associated with Brahma movement for some times. Vivekananda passed his boyhood with spirituality. Like he was very much in tuned into spirituality, and he faced a period of spirituality crisis when he was assailed by a doubt about the existence of God. In November 1881, Narendra went to meet Sri Ramakrishna, who was staying at a Kali temple in Dakshineshwari. Narendra became a frequent visitor to Dakshineshwari, and under the guidance of Sri Ramakrishna, he made rapid stride on the spiritual path. After few years, into events took place which caused Narendra consider distress. Sudden death of his father in 1884 and Sri Ramakrishna in 1886. In the middle of 1890, Vivekananda left Baranagar, Math, and embarked on the long journey to explore and discover India. He went on the pilgrimage all over the country, studied the condition of the people. However, he went, his majestic personality credited a great impression. He decided to attend the World Parliament of Religion in order to spread his message in the West, which he was scheduled and held in Chicago in 1896. He adopted the name of Swami Vivekananda. His speech at the World Parliament of Religion held in September 1893 made him famous as a orator by the divine right. As a messenger of India wisdom to the Western world, for 3 years he spread the Vedana philosophy and religions in America, in England, and then returned to India. He found the Ramakrishna Math and Mission on 1st May 1897. In 1898, he established Bellar Math. In June 1899, he leaves India for second visit to West. He returned to Bellar Math in December 1900. The rest of his life was spent in India, inspiring, guiding people. He was dedicated his life to guiding others for pure and true spiritual path. His health deteriorated, and Swami Vivekananda breathed his last on 4 July 1902 at the Bellar Math, leaving behind an immortal legacy not just in the heart of his contemporaries, but all of the generation to come. And he predicted his death, that he was going to die at the age of 40. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Hira. Now I request Visakha Singhania, who wants to read her poem. Yes, Visakha Singhania, madam. You are muted. You are muted. Unmute.
Yes, ma'am, I have already read my poem.
Yeah, you have already read. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
But there was a hand raise sign. Yes. Sorry. Now I invite Reena Parvin. Reena Parvin, you want to speak a few words? Reena is our YRC volunteer. Reena, I have seen you are present. Okay. If anyone else?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I tell something.
Yeah. You speak something. Jayashree.
Okay, ma'am. Sanganya, Shikshaku Brunda, Madam Basanti Lata Naik, and Namitan Sunitan Madam, and respected all teachers, ଏଠାରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଥିବା ମୋର ସମସ୍ତ ସହପାଠୀଗଣ, ଆଜି ବିବେକାନନ୍ଦଙ୍କ ଜନ୍ମ ଦିବସରେ ମୋତେ କିଛି କହିବାର ଅନୁମତି ଦେଇଥିବାରୁ ମୁଁ ନିଜକୁ ଧନ୍ୟ ମନେ କରୁଅଛି। ତ ବିବେକାନନ୍ଦ ଭାରତ ଜୀବନ ଜନନୀରେ ଯେଉଁ ସୁଯୋଗ୍ୟ ସନ୍ତାନ ଥିଲେ, ସମଗ୍ର ବିଶ୍ୱକୁ ଭାରତୀୟ ସଂସ୍କୃତି ଓ ହିନ୍ଦୁ ଧର୍ମର ଜ୍ୟୋତିର ଦୀପ୍ତିମନ୍ତ କରିଥିଲେ। ସେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ମହାମନୀଷୀ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ବିବେକାନନ୍ଦ। ସେ 1863 ମସିହା ଜାନୁଆରୀ ମାସ 12 ତାରିଖରେ କଲିକତା ନଗର ଉତ୍ତରାଞ୍ଚଳର ଶିମିଳିପଡ଼ାରେ ବିଶ୍ୱନାଥ ଦତ୍ତଙ୍କ ପତ୍ନୀ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରୀ ଦେବୀଙ୍କ ଗର୍ଭରୁ ଜାତ ହୋଇଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ସେ ଜୀବନର 40ଟି ବସନ୍ତକୁ ଛୁଇଁ ପାରିନଥିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ ଆମ ଭାରତବର୍ଷର ଓ ଭାରତବର୍ଷରେ ଥିବା ଜନତାଙ୍କ ମନ ଭିତରେ କୋଟି ଆର୍ତ୍ତତାୟ ଅସହାୟ ଦୁଃଖୀ ଜନତା ମାନଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ 40ର ଉର୍ଦ୍ଧ୍ୱ ଦେଶରେ ନାରାୟଣଙ୍କ ହୃଦୟକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଛୁଇଁ ଯାଇଥିଲେ। ସେ ଭାରତର କୋଟି କୋଟି ଆର୍ତ୍ତ ଅସହାୟ ଦୁଃଖୀ ଜନତାର ଅତି ଆପଣାର ସ୍ୱାମୀଜୀ ହୋଇପାରିଥିଲେ। ଧର୍ମର ପ୍ରଚାର ପ୍ରସାର ଏବଂ ମାନବ ସେବାରେ ସେ ନିଜ ଜୀବନକୁ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଭାବରେ ନିୟୋଜିତ କରିଦେଇଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ସେ ବହୁତ ତାଙ୍କ ଜୀବନ କାଳ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ସେ ଏମିତି ଏକ ଭାରତୀୟ ଥିଲେ କି ଯେ କି ବିଦେଶ ଯାତ୍ରା କରିଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ଭାରତର ପ୍ରତିଟି ଗୁଣ ସଂସ୍କୃତି ଉପନିଷେଦ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ସେ ବିଦେଶରେ ଘରେ ଘରେ ବିଦେଶର ଅନୁକୋଣ ଠାରେ ବିଦେଶର ଅନୁକୂଳରେ ଜତାଇଥିଲେ ବା ଜନ୍ମ ଦେଇଥିଲେ। ହଜାର ହଜାର ବିଦେଶୀ ଯୁବକ ଯୁବତୀଙ୍କୁ ଶିଷ୍ୟତ୍ୱ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିଥିଲେ। ବିଦେଶରେ ଥାଇ ଭାରତର ବନ୍ଧୁମାନ ନିକଟକୁ ବାରମ୍ବାର ଚିଠି ଲେଖି ଭାରତୀୟ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଜାଗ୍ରତ କରିଥିଲେ। ବିବେକାନନ୍ଦ ହିଁ ଭାରତର ପ୍ରଜ୍ଞଦୀପ୍ତି ପ୍ରାଣପୁରୁଷ ଥିଲେ। ରୋଗ ଦାରିଦ୍ର୍ୟ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଅବହେଳିତ ଅତ୍ୟାଚାରିତ ଭାରତୀୟମାନଙ୍କ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ଉନ୍ନତି ପାଇଁ ଆପ୍ରାଣ ଉଦ୍ୟମ କରୁଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ସେ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ମନରୁ ଭୟର ଦୁର୍ବଳତାକୁ ହଟାଇ ଦେଉଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କୁ କହିଥିଲେ କି ମନରୁ ଭୟ ଦୁର୍ବଳତାକୁ ହଟାଇ ସକ୍ଷମ ଓ ଅଗ୍ନିଭୟ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିରେ ଆଗେଇ ଚାଲିବା ପାଇଁ। ତ ସେ ବିଶେଷ କରି ଯୁବକ ଯୁବତୀ ଓ ଆମ ଯୁବ ଗୋଷ୍ଠୀର ଅନୁପ୍ରାଣିତ ଓ ଯୁବ ଗୋଷ୍ଠୀକୁ ସେ ଦିଗ୍ଦର୍ଶନଦାତା ଥିଲେ ଓ ଯୁବକ ଗୋଷ୍ଠୀକୁ ଆଗେଇ ନେବା ପାଇଁ ସେ ବହୁତ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିଥିଲେ। ତାଙ୍କରି ନେତୃତ୍ୱରେ YRC ବା ଅଖିଳ ବ୍ରହ୍ମାଣ୍ଡ ଏକ ଗୋଷ୍ଠୀକୁ ସେ ଗଠନ କରିଥିଲେ, ଯାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଯୁବ ସମାଜକୁ ଅନୁପ୍ରାଣିତ କରୁଥିଲେ କି ସେ ନିଜ କାମକୁ ନିଜେ କରିବା ଦରକାର ଓ ନିଜର ସ୍ୱପ୍ନକୁ ସାକାର କରିବା ଦରକାର ଏବଂ ସେ ଶେଷରେ ନିଜର ସ୍ୱଦେଶକୁ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟାବର୍ତ୍ତନ କରିଥିଲେ ଓ ବହୁତ ଭାରତୀୟ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ମନରେ ସ୍ୱପ୍ରାଣିତ ଓ ଦେଶଭକ୍ତି ଜାଗରଣ କରିଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ସେ ନାରୀ ଶିକ୍ଷାକୁ ପ୍ରତି ପ୍ରାଧାନ୍ୟ ବହୁତ ଦେଉଥିଲେ ଓ ଶେଷ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତରେ ଆଜି ସେ ଆମ ପାଖରେ ନାହାନ୍ତି, ମାତ୍ର ତାଙ୍କର ବାଣୀ ନିଷ୍ଠା ଆଦର୍ଶ ଏବଂ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଯୁବକ ଯୁବତୀଙ୍କ ଶକ୍ତି ଓ ସାହସ ଯୋଗାଇ ଚାଲିଛି। ତାଙ୍କରି ସ୍ମୃତିରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଜନ୍ମ ଅତିଥିକୁ ସମଗ୍ର ଭାରତରେ ଯୁବକ ଉତ୍ସବ ଭାବେ ପାଳନ କରାଯାଉଛି। ଏତିକି କହି ମୁଁ ମୋର ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟ ଶେଷ କରୁଛି। ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ।
ଏବେ ମୁଁ ମୋନାଲିସା ସାହୁ। I invite ମୋନାଲିସା ସାହୁ. Monalisa?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can I present my opinion in Odia?
Yeah. Odia.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. सम्माननीय मुख्य अतिथि महोदय तथा सभारे उपस्थित पूज्य विचारक मंडली को मोर भूमिष्ठ प्रणाम एवं अन्यान्य सदस्य तथा छात्र छात्री माननकु सुस्वागतम। एभली कोरोना कटकणा मध्य सोशल मीडिया ही एकमात्र माध्यम पलटिछि जहा द्वारा कि आमे समस्त सभा कार्यकलाप संपादन करि पारछंती। एहा द्वारा आजिर एभली एक शुभ अवसर संपादन करिथिबारु आमे समस्ते उणा अधिक खुशी मने करिउछंती। आजिर समाज रे युव संग्रामी अपेक्षा युव बेकारी संख्या बड़ी पड़ी। तथापि युव समाज निजर उन्नति मार्ग रे यथार्थ अग्रसर करने को प्रचेष्टा जारी रखिछंती। आ एभली दिगरे अन्य तथा एक मुख्य दिग रूप में जहाँ को ग्रहण करा से होचंदी स्वामी विवेकानंद। 1863 मसीहा जनवरी मास 12 तारिख रे से धरापृष्ठ रे अवतरण करथिले। आजिकार युव समाज पाई से एक दिगंत उदाहरण रूपे दिव्यमान होई अछंदी। मु मोर सम्यक ज्ञान द्वारा जहा किछि जानिछि ताहाको उपस्थापन करबा को मते सुযোগ दैथिबारु मु निजको धन्य माने करूअछि। एथि मध्ये रे जदि किछि भूल रहि जाय तेबे आपणक दयार सागररु एक बुंदा क्षमा स्वरूप मते क्षमा करबा पे विनम्र अनुरोध करियोछि। मोर क्षुद्र कविताटी को मु उपस्थापन करूछि। कविता शीर्षक युव जागृति। बंग प्रदेश रे अइले ओषा साथे आनिथिले युव सन्यासी से जुग जुगंत दर्शा। पौष संक्रांति रे एही दिवस रे उभा थिले से दिव्य पुरुषा। चाहू चाहू से जे साजी गले आजी युव जागृति भाषा। निर्मल चेतनार आभास से रामकृष्णଙ୍କ आशीष सभिंक मन को मोहि से करिले बस। दुष्ट जनतांक मध्य तृप्त करंती आत्मा सेथि मध्य देखुथांती भगवानंक सत्ता। राम सीता पाखे तांक थाएटी तनु आवाहन शिव शंभुंगु से करंती मनु। निखिल मानव सेवा नीति रे नीतिज्ञ रामकृष्ण मिशन गढ़ी थिले से विज्ञ। सनातन हिंदू धर्मर गान कले सारस्वत वसुदेव कुटुंबकम आदि से सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिन अन्ते। ए दिव्य ज्योति आजी लिभि जाई मध्य बेलुड़ा ठारे हेउ अछि प्रज्वलित। आज भी ए सारा भारत तांको एही कालजयी पानी मध्य हुई उद्भूत। उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरन निबोधत। उत्तिष्ठत प्राप्य जाग्रत प्राप्य वरन निबोधत। धन्यवाद।
Give your introduction. Monalisa.
आगे मैम मु मोनालिसा साहू चरंपा कॉलेज प्लस 3 द्वितीय वर्ष ओडिया ऑनर्स रे छात्री होते।
Thank you.
थैंक यू मैम।
So now I request Soumya. Soumya, you have raised a hand. Want to speak something or recite a poem? Soumya, are you there? Or there is Pratiksha. Pratiksha, you have also raised a hand. Pratiksha is there?
और सही दिन मारे दिन हवा ना देखियो तो दियो को पहले अर्जेंट को दियो देखो देखियो ये
So now I request all to mute, and so if there is no one there, I would request Nazia, our YRC volunteer, to sing a song. Hello, Nazia, want to sing a song?
Yes.
Yes, now sing.
Opinion in Hindi?
Yes, certainly.
Myself, Nazia Kadri, +3 third year Sociology Honors of Charampa Mahavidyalaya. Good afternoon to everyone. Happy Youth Day to all. Today I am very happy because our HOD ma'ams, Vishwa sir and Sukanti madam, Basanti Lata madam, and also for such a lovely opportunity for me, to give me such a lovely opportunity for me. So I will start a song for Swami Vivekanand ji. मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। मुरझाकर मायूसियों में फूल सारे फिर खिले। मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद सोच ही ऐसा कलम जो लिखे तकदीर को, राह गुम जाने का डर है मगर इस फकीर को। हर सफर आसान गुजरे, हर सफर आसान गुजरे, साथ साया तू चले, मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद, स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद। जिंदगी के मंच में है अजब ये चुनौतियां, दौर अनजाना खिंचे, नाचे सब कठपुतलियां। कर्म कर निस्वार्थ से, कर्म कर निस्वार्थ से, मुक्ति माया से मिले, मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। मन में ताकत दिल में हिम्मत तेरे नाम से ही मिले। स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद, स्वामी विवेकानंद आनंद आनंद। Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, before I invite our Vishwaranjan sir to give vote of thanks at the closure of our meeting, I want to recite a poem of my own. Now, with everyone's permission, I am reciting my poem. Swamiji, Swamiji, you are the guide when the darkness is wide, deep and impenetrating. Your light of wisdom emerges at the sun, dissipating all ignorance in a new morning of an awakened soul. Lead us to that path, the sunlit path of the higher aspiration, freeing us from our egocentric existence, from the bondage we are in, unknowingly, unconsciously. Inspire us from the heaven above, like a pole star that shows the direction when we have lost all, and rebuild us into your own image, into your own image. Now, I thank you everyone and for your
Ma'am, I want to recite my poem.
Yes, Varsha. Varsha, you want to recite your poem? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Recite.
Respected sirs and ma'ams and my dear friends, today is the birthday of Swami Vivekananda. I am thankful to give me a chance to recite my poem. The topic of my poem is Swami Vivekananda.
Introduction diyo. Hello. Tome introduction diyo.
Introduction. Give your introduction.
Myself, Barsaran Nayak, +3 second year Sociology Honours from Charampa Mahavidyalaya. The topic of my poem is Swami Vivekananda. The greatest monk ever, he is the ideal philosopher, the best motivational speaker, he is the religious reformer, propagating the popularity of Hinduism, enhancing the importance of religion, acquired his significant place in history, and attainment towards remarkable glory, to eradicate British rule, to fight for freedom struggle, irrespective of Hinduism. His weapon was nationalism. His iconic speech in Chicago totally vanquished Britishers' ego, make Indians all times proud, raise our nation to a state profound. Spiritual enlightenment manifested with him, morality, purity, his majestic techniques, his perception of tolerance, his valuable guidance, help us to follow his learnings, educate to be a good human being, to the dedicated patriotic saints, the youth icon. He is the perfect inspiration for every generation. Everyone should follow his observation to live a life full of satisfaction. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Borsa. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Rina.
आज्ञा मैम मैम सेतेरे टिके नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम ହେଲା ବୋଲି ମୁଁ କରି ପାରିଲିନି.
Okay, if you want to say something, you say in a few
Ma'am,
lines.
I want to sing a song.
Oh, yeah, sing a song. Okay, sing. You give your introduction and then sing.
Myself, Reena Parveen, +3 third year zoology honors of
Yeah.
Charampam. Okay. देखना जो चाहते हो इनकी उड़ान को, करना पड़ेगा ऊंचा और आसमान को। देखना जो चाहते हो इनकी उड़ान को, करना पड़ेगा ऊंचा और आसमान को। प्यारे निराले प्रभु प्यारे हैं युवा, सबके सहारे हैं सबको प्यारे युवा। युवा हैं सबको प्यारे युवा, युवा हैं सबको प्यारे युवा। आंखों में कल का भारत है और हाथों में है जग सारा। आंखों में कल का भारत है और हाथों में है जग सारा। तस्वीर नई दुनिया की है, तकदीर बने इनके द्वारा। कौन सा ऐसा काम है जो इनसे नहीं हुआ। युवा है सबको प्यारे युवा, युवा है सबको प्यारे युवा। थैंक यू मैम।
Thank you, Rina. Now, I ask our YRC counselor, Mr. Viswaranjan Jena, to give vote of thanks.
Okay, ma'am. Am I audible now?
Before you end your meeting, may I recite my poem, ma'am?
Ma'am, can I say something?
Surabhi Adhikari?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm Ipsita Panda.
Ipsita Panda, okay. You give your introduction and
Ma'am.
recite.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yes.
You want to say something? Say.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can I speak in Bengali?
Ipsita. First I invite Ipsita, then Surabhi will come.
Okay, ma'am.
So if there is anyone else? Okay, yes. Smruti. There. Sorry, Viso. Let's listen to them. Okay. Ipsita, your turn.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Ipsita Panda, +3 second year physics honor student from Bhadrak Autonomous College, and I want to recite a Hindi poem. And the title of my poem is आज विवेकानंद हमें बनना है। हमारे अंदर है नई ऊर्जा, हमारे अंदर है नई ऊर्जा, नई उम्मीद नई भाषा है, वो भाषा से अब कुछ कहना है, आज विवेकानंद हमें बनना है। पाश्चात्य से नकल और नहीं विदेश गुलाम, देसी शेर को अब जगाना है, आज विवेकानंद हमें बनना है। अखंड भारत को विखंड करने के लिए जब तूफान आता है, विवेक में आनंद का सूरज आकर विवेकानंद का जन्म होता है। इंडिया और नहीं चलेगा, इंडिया और नहीं चलेगा, हमें भारतवासी बनना है, अंदर के नरेन को जगाकर हमें विवेकानंद आज बनना है। बार बार ये जीवन कहाँ मिलता है, हमें मुक्ति के मार्ग पर चलना है, अपनी जीवन के रामकृष्ण को ढूंढ के आज विवेकानंद हमें बनना है। थैंक यू।
Now, Surabhi, it is your turn. Thank you, Ipsita. Thank you very much for this nice poem and inspiring poem. Now, Surabhi, you want to speak something? To speak.
Ma'am, can I share my opinion in Bengali?
Bengali, yes. And give your introduction, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, all. Respected Sharon ma'am, myself Surabhi Odhikari. I am PG first sem student in political science from Kaji Nazrul University.
Okay, dear, you continue in Bengali.
হে বীর, আজ 12ই জানুয়ারি তোমার জন্মদিন। ভারত মাতা তথা সমগ্র মানব জাতির গর্ব। তোমার সৌম্যের গহীনে লুকোনো তেজ, যা শূন্য সম বিস্তৃত, সমুদ্র সম গভীর। তোমার শিরার প্রতি রক্তবিন্দু প্রতীক ছিল পবিত্র নিষ্ঠার এবং নিঃস্বার্থ ভালোবাসার। তুমি যে শক্তিকে অনুভব করেছিলে, সেই ভগবান বা সেই আল্লাহকে তোমার মধ্যে খুব সহজেই খুঁজে পেয়েছিল মানব জাতি। আমাদের প্রতি অনুভূতির সাথে জড়িয়ে রয়েছো তুমি। আজ এই পবিত্র দিনে তোমার চরণে জানাই শতকোটি প্রণাম। ইতি মানব সমাজ। থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
Thank you very much, Ravi. It is a very nice poem and lovely one, and a nice tribute to a great tribute to Swami Vivekananda on his birthday. Now there was another Smriti Sandhya. Smriti Sandhya, you have raised a hand. You want to? Are you present, Smriti Sandhya? Smriti Sandhya, are you present? Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else who wants to?
Yes, ma'am.
Smriti Sandhya, yeah. You give your introduction and
Yes,
then.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, continue.
Good afternoon, everyone. Naik from Sociology Honors, currently reading in Charampa Mahavidyalaya. I convey my wishes to all the respected lecturers and all the volunteers. My poem is all about peace by Swami Vivekananda. I just wanted to tell 2 stanzas of the poem with their meaning, if you give me some time, ma'am.
Continue.
Peace is a beautiful poem about inner peace. Behold, it comes in might, the power that is not power. The light that is in darkness, the shade is dazzling light. So, the meaning is some people are good observers, on other hand, some people are not able to see peace even it is present. Power that lies within us will not be power till we realize it, use it, or if we don't know how to use it. The light that is in darkness spars of people's attitude in despair. And our pride should not shine when we have power. So peace is when we realize our power, our abilities, our capabilities and responsibilities and go towards the path of light. It is joy that never spoke and grief unfelt profound, immortal life unlived, eternal death unmourned. That meaning is we have achieved small success and big success or failures that don't matter anymore. If it is success, hard work, spoke in silence and didn't make us unhappy. But man has not learned to live without failures. We kill bad things, our bad habits, which brings unmourned eternal death. Eternal death is death of all our sins, evil inside, anger, greed, hatred. Then peace enters in the form of joy. It is not joy nor sorrow, but that which is between. It is not note nor morrow, but that is which joins them in. There are times that are happy times and time full of sadness, and there are some more time like that in past and future. Present connects them. Both are important because we will not know joy if we don't understand sorrow. Peace is not nothingness. Peace is completely what we can do in our present condition. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Smriti Sandhya. Now I invite
Hello, ma'am.
Sudipta.
Hello.
Hello.
Madam, I am from Sundargarh.
Yeah, sir, you are audible.
I am Sunil Kumar Chaudhary, reader in English and principal of this college, Dasat Patel Degree College.
Ji, sir.
I have a poem written by Swami Vivekananda.
Yes, sir. If you want to recite it, you can recite it now. Then Sudipta, I will invite Sudipta, our student, to recite or say something. Sir, you are invited. You are welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The poem is about the hymn of the creation, where Vivekananda has accepted nature, the creation as God. Should I read, madam?
You
Hello?
are audible, sir. You are audible.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. The poem is rendered from Bengali language. One must divide up from name and color, timeless, divide up time, past and future, spaceless, voiceless, boundless, divide up all, where rest hushed, even speech of negation. From thence down floweth the river casual, wearing the form of desire radiant, its heaving waters angrily roaring, the constant roar, I am, I am. In that ocean of desire limitless, appearing shining with countless, infinite, oh, what power manifold they are, of what forms myriad, of what repose, of what movements varied, who can reckon? Millions of moons, millions of suns, taking their birth in that very ocean, rushing headlong with din tumultuous, overspread the whole firmament, downing the points of heaven in light of effulgent. In its rise and reside, what beings quick with life, dull and lifeless, unnumbered, and pleasure and pain, disease, birth and death. Verily, the sun is he, his the ray, nay, the sun is he, and his the ray. This is written by Madam Swami Vivekananda, where the creation is how potential and how it is limitless. This theme is written here, Madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It is very, very nice of you to read and translated. You have translated this poem from Bengali into English, and for all of us, you have presented it before us. So I'm thankful to you. Now, Sudipta, you want to say something or read a poem, recite a poem? Sudipta, hello?
Ma'am, I want to read a poem. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you
Yes,
continue.
ma'am.
Continue, give your introduction and continue.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to all of you, respected sir and ma'ams, and all my dear friends. I'm glad to recite my poem for Swami Vivekananda. भारत की इस पुण्य भूमि की हर एक बात निराली है, किसी भी युग में होती ना ये महापुरुषों से खाली है। जब जब भारत भूमि पर कोई संकट आता था, तब अंधकार में दिया जलाने विवेकानंद को पाता है था। शताब्दियों की अत्याचारों से क्षत विक्षत भारतीयता जब खोई थी और अपनों की कुटिल अंधविश्वास से जब भारत माता रोई थी, तब भारत के प्राचीन ज्ञान का मर्म ना कोई समझ पाता था और ईश्वर प्राप्ति की इच्छा को उल्टा समझकर बैठा था। भारत को जगाने तब जब जिसमें राष्ट्र के लिए बलिदान की आस्था है, जो समस्याओं का समाधान निकल कर देती है, जो बातों का बादशाह नहीं बल्कि काम करने में विश्वास रखता है, वो और कोई नहीं स्वामी विवेकानंद होता है। थैंक यू।
Okay, Sudipta, thank you. Now I think there is no one to read a poem or speak something.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Hello? Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes,
Ma'am,
sir.
can I say something?
Yes. Yes, you are welcome.
Ma'am, I am sharing my opinion in Bengali.
Yes, you can. Introduce yourself and speak.
Ma'am, my name is Bappa Mohanto. I am from Kazi Nazrul University, PG Political Science first semester student.
Continue.
Yes, ma'am. হে বীর, আজ 12ই জানুয়ারি তোমার জন্মদিন। ভারত মাতা তথা সমগ্র মানব জাতির গর্ব। তোমার সৌম্যের গহীনে লুকোনো তেজ, যা শূন্য সম বিস্তৃত, সমুদ্র সম গভীর। তোমার শিরার প্রতি রক্তবিন্দু প্রতীক ছিল পবিত্র নিষ্ঠার এবং নিঃস্বার্থ ভালোবাসার। তুমি যে শক্তিকে অনুভব করেছিলে, সেই ভগবান বা সেই আল্লাহকে তোমার মধ্যে খুব সহজেই খুঁজে পেয়েছিল মানবজাতি। আমাদের প্রতি সহানুভূতির সাথে জড়িয়ে রয়েছো তুমি। আজ এই পবিত্র দিনে তোমার চরণে জানাই শতকোটি প্রণাম। থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I think this is the end. We should end the meeting soon. Now I invite my colleague and YRC counselor, Mr. Biswaranjan Jena, to give vote of thanks. Now this has been a very illuminating and inspiring that means session. Rajesh sir, are you there? Rajesh sir, have you left the meeting?
Yes, he left, I think.
Okay. Biswaranjan sir, you give vote of thanks. Rajesh sir is there.
Sir is there, yes, sorry, sir.
Rajesh sir is there. Sir, you are there. Okay, sir. Now we are before closing, we are giving vote of thanks. Yes, Biswa, you give vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. A warm and cherished afternoon to our most valued honorable chief guest, Dr. Rajat Kumar Pradhan, Principal Sir, Professor Bikkel Ball, YRC Councillor, Professor B.M. Nayak, Dr. Sukhanti Mohapatra, and all participants present over here. It's my privilege and pleasure to propose a vote of thanks and confess the contribution of those who prominently made protest crucial, being unhesitant. Thanks to the Almighty, on behalf of entire fraternity of the YRC team, my sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's event a grand success. By His blessings and grace, we are able to make the event what it was. On behalf of my YRC team and institution, Charampa Degree College, I render really a heartfelt vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Rajat Kumar Pradhan, who spent his busiest time gracing the occasion. Today we had the rare opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will be definitely instigating us in our future endeavors. The way you enlightened us and our minds was really unique and beautiful. Your talk was full of ethos and facets of nationalism, meditation, self-realization, patriotism. These are the philosophies held by Swami Vivekananda. Really, Swami Vivekananda was the true leader, true spiritual leader, not only in the Indian territory, but also across the world. So, thanks to all the speakers, especially Principal Sir, Professor B.K. Ball, as he was the catalyst in this connection, and YRC counselors, Dr. Sukhanti Mohapatra and Professor B.L. Nayak, for adorning today's occasion. I am truly and in fact indebted to both faculties, to both counselors like Dr. Sukhanti Mohapatra and Professor B.L. Nayak. They are the chief architect behind this great commemoration of day. I'm also overwhelmed to bid thanks to all faculties, to all other faculty members from other institutions for their active participation, who stand as a pillar of power to make it more meaningful. Finally, the last but not the least, I lack words to appreciate the contribution of my dear students, notably from some YRC volunteers and from other institutions like Smruti, Najia, and Borsa, and from other students from other departments like Zoology, English, and Odia, Physics. So, prior to wind up my vote of thanks speech, I like to recite one quotation that take risk in your life. If you win, you can lead. If you fail, you can guide. This is the philosophy held by Swami Vivekananda. Thank you so much.
Now, this is the closure of the meeting. Principal sir, are you there? Principal sir. Principal
Yes,
sir.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Basan madam.
Oh, uncle principal के पूछे.
Sir, Principal Sir, are you there? Raja Sir is there. So I may be given permission to close the meeting. So perhaps Principal Sir is busy because this is a working day. And there will be another meeting in our college premises. That is by NSS group. So before that, Sir Raja Sir, I ask for your permission. You are there. I am closing the meeting with a great many thanks and namaste to you. Namaste to all the participants. Now, please fill up the feedback form and your certificate will be sent to you via mail. Then I am closing the meeting. The meeting is recorded. I will send the YouTube link to all of you in the groups. Thank you all. Now let me close the meeting with your permission.